What are the zeros of the polynomial x cubed minus 5x squared minus x plus 5? I'm going to solve this problem two different ways, by factoring and then by using our calculator. To factor, set up two parentheses and ask yourself what times what equals x cubed. And that would be x squared times x. Then take a look at your constant term and ask yourself what factors of 5 will give me a negative 5x squared and a negative x. Well, those would be factors of negative 5 and negative 1, but it does depend on where we put them. Since we want a negative 5x squared, we want our negative 5 in this parentheses, which gets multiplied by our x squared. To get our negative x value, we want our negative 1 in this parentheses, which gets multiplied by the x. Now notice that x squared minus 1 is the difference of perfect squares. So we can further factor that to x minus 1, x plus 1. Now the expression is completely factored. To find our x values or zeros, we need to set this to 0 because we want to know our x values when y is 0. If that's 0, then each one of these terms could be 0. So if x minus 1 is 0, x is equal to 1. If x plus 1 is equal to 0, then x is equal to negative 1. And if x minus 5 is equal to 0, x is equal to 5. So these are our three zeros. Now let's do the same with our calculator. Come over to your calculator and press y equals. In your y equals line, enter the equation or the expression x to the third power minus 5x squared minus x plus 5. Then press zoom and 6 to graph it in the standard window. Notice here that our graph has three zeros. And they look like they're at negative 1, 1, and 5. But since they are integer values, let's go to our table and confirm. Do second table. Here we are looking for x values when y is 0. We have one here when x is negative 1, y is 0. When x is 1, y is 0. And when x is 5, y is 0. So in both cases, we get the same zeros of 1, negative 1, and 5, which corresponds to answer choice A.